Alright, hi, welcome to my X-Type motor for a diesel engine locomotive. It's 32 cylinders. It has 8 cylinders on each bank, 8 cylinder length bank. Each head block has 8 cylinders. Zooming in on the front. Alright. This is upright position. Scavenger highlighted in orange here. Scavenger, time pulley belt, water pump over here on the other belt. These are the pulleys on the corners. The cones are turbochargers. This link path right here that's orange. A little line goes into the head bank. Those are turbochargers. They take the turbochargers into the air intake manifold. So here's the governor in the front, and then we'll show you what the governor looks like. This is the governor. We'll look at the cross section now. So this is the middle, and we have the stem, and then the stem, and then the accumulator pistons come in these oil paths, and then they fill in the oil. There's a workaround float, and then it goes over here and fills with oil. And this is timing spring belts. You can see the springs, and then these are flyweights, and then this is a pressure crankcase regulator adjustable by this nut right here. And then on the drawing you see 4 control stands. They go over the X-type motor, and then you can turn the square off, so there's no more fuel going into the center, which is also for the throttle linkage control. So over here on the more right, it's a little bit different incline. You see the accumulator pistons, power piston, the different blocks and the sleeves. And then we're going to go back to the X-type motor. I gotta close out of section view before it does that. Okay, so here's the X-type motor. It's got cylinders over here, water gear. This one on the left is the oil. This one on the right is the water, and those are going to fill each of these wet banks. I couldn't shell it. That's a property that it wouldn't. I need more speed. Throttle camshaft for the fuel pump. Fuel lines are over here. They're expanded. Right now they're suppressed in the other banks, but they're there. Where's the suppressed? It's the suppressed. Sweeps 2019 through 25, which are your oil and your water sleeps, oil jumper and your fuel line in returns. And then you have your camshafts, rocker arms, crab bolts, rocker arms, springs. This is your throttle linkage right there. And those are done 4 times over. And then we're going to look at the back. This is basically another way for the combustion to go out the exhaust tubes. And then this is the drive. It adds to a coupler. And then I'll show you. Let's go to right side here. Alright, this is we'll go to the left side then. Okay, so here is the X-type motor to the side. I'm going to show you my original scratch drawing. So we have the pressure plate and the scavenger pump, the oil from the governor, and then that goes into that scavenger pump. Then it goes into an oil pan and oil sump drainage, and the oil pump slide alarm comes back up the oil lines in the back, and then it goes up to the fuel oil pump on the top head cylinder. So I also did these, but they're not inserted in the drawing because the drawing is really worked out. So this is basically an oil filter with a fuel pump, and then over here is a switch. So if the oil runs low, it will shoot, and then the sight glass, which would be in this column right here, and we'll just we'll go this is 3D here, shows the lines coming out. We'll also show you the oil sump pump section. This is basically in the oil pan. It sumps it up to the back, and then we have the governor. So let's go back to the close this sectional view. We'll go back and we'll take another look at the X-Type 32 cylinder motor. Shows the holes in the hands for easy to access the piston rod and cam rod shams to connect the connection rods and all the pistons. So let's do a sectional view. We'll start from this end. So we have the back rear shaft, which connects to the coupler of the main generator. We have an exhaust room, one fan, two fans, a block, a pathway from the exhaust to the fan belt, and then it goes into these thin lines are your fuel lines right there. These are the fuel lines that run to each bank. There's also an oil line. And then once you get to here, we start reaching the end of the rear of the head block. Well, this one, the intake is stopped by a wall, but the exhaust goes into the exhaust. Then we have a bearing journal of the draft, and these are the upper and bottom bearing journal. We come through. We hit cam lobe number 1. We touch one piston rod that's bent. One's torqued. The other is connected to the other side. So this is what it looks like at an angle. So you see the cam lobe. You see the pocket inside the cylinder liner, which fills up back into the air intake over here. That's cut extrude 11, and that's on every cylinder bank. There's 4 valves to each header. And then we keep pulling through. We move on to another rocker jam, and then we move in. And this is so we're getting 4 cylinders a yank each block, and then as we move forward, there's a slight gap in between here where it picks up a frame. That's the frame. With a frame where the head backs are screwed on, there's also a middle part to that, so it's framed in the middle as well. And then I believe we should hit a harmonic balancer. This right here, there's your harmonic balancer. There's 4 plates in that. And now we basically got our 4 cylinders. And I did mid saves from the original 4-cylinder X-Type motor, so I basically worked from that. And then we reach more sectional views, and then so back up to speed, up to here. We reach the cylinder liner rocker arm. Now here we see the scavenger pump, which is oil bevel gear. There's a few oil bubble gear. There's mounting holes in the back, so you put the gear inside there, and then that comes out. And then it has a cage around the harmonic balancer. So we did a frame from the scavenger, and then it goes into harmonic balancer, and then there's an internal gear which turns this on a chain, which I doubled up just in case there should be any problem with tightness and the control of that belt. So that's shown by a generic belt that I drew. I don't know how to use the belt feature yet. And then it moves into the governor, and then faces up that way. This is a little awkward. I had to scale it down, or it's a little off scale, but we have the drawing. It's right here. We showed you that drawing, so here we go. We showed you the governor, and basically that's that. And then you see the turbochargers are left blank. So here we had the oil pan, the oil pump sight filter, alarm scavenger pump, pressure plate. I use this lubrication oil pump GAM. There's going to be a pit in the frame, so I didn't draw the pit. This is a fuel pump. I'm pretty much going to use the same generic fuel pump that I got from this figure offline. So it's got a return in oil filter, and then this is 4-cylinder. But now it's 16, so the pressure crank release regulator. This would be the pulley on it, and then so I drew this in 2CAD first. This is a picture of the governor by itself from the half sight, and then the accumulators, fly weights, oil pump, fuel sight filter, turbocharger, not filled out, but has a little servo motor, air filter, and then it bypasses in another axis, which is another sweep and pull that I did, but like it obviously runs too much. And then you have the fan blower. There might be a little hole. This is only an extrusion. It's a cut extrude that I would have to draw 4 little holes and then cut extrude. But right now, and that would go into the piston pocket into the liner, but I'm not sure how that bleeds. Also, there might be a rib in between the intake and the exhaust valve port for each line. Haven't really learned how to do ribs yet either. Basically, the camshaft is done by a 2-stroke timing. So, that's pretty much that. So here is the camshaft engine. Let's flip this this way. Maybe get a better look at this way. So now we're looking at at an angle. We can come back. We're at an angle. We have camshaft rockers. Shows that, and then it gets into the drivetrains. So yeah, this is the X-Type diesel motor. I did a little smaller exhaust fan on the back with 2 exhaust stacks, and it has 2 exhaust fans on it, one reverse, one flip the opposite way. This right here, this line right here from the turbocharger that I'm tracing, those are on each of the turbocharger. They go into this little square right here, and then go into the intake bank. And that covers the X-Type 32-cylinder motor. Thank you.